Okay, so welcome back to the game, Icebreakers. It's a couple of encounters with various tribes of the Goliath tribes last week, and of course Stello had a few interesting interactions with both his clan and an extended clan, but still peace between the Goliath tribes has not happened. So I think where we picked it up last time, you guys were just leaving Sky Tower Shelter, having delivered the dragon hide. Actually, that's what happened. Stax got back and got her dragon leather. So Icebreakers, what would you like to do?
Well, I think we discussed something along the lines of heading west towards East Haven, taking the way up to Caer-Konig to see what's there again, and then going directly west to Lonelywood through the Dwarven Valley to find those lost dwarves and ingots, perhaps. Then go to Lonelywood and Scry on Kappanuk, and, well, head towards where Kappanuk is, I guess.
Alright. So you're heading off back down through the mountains from Sky to about where the cave of the Berserkers were?
Yeah, I figured that would be the best option. I don't know what you guys think. Might be well-treaded ground for us. That's
Sounds like a logical route.
Also, if we want to save some time, we can just jump off the mountain and I'll cast Featherfall before we hit the ground.
Good for straight vertical drops, not salts.
Yeah.
Well, if the wind's in the right direction, it might work.
Yes. Yes, if the wind is in the right direction, you are correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So, leaving the still warring Goliath tribes behind you, you start making your way down the side of the mountain. I'm going to say that given our very familiarity with it, and given that you can roll natural, the worst you can roll is a 15 now, I believe.
16, yeah. But I would have to use a wild shape, and that lasts for 10 minutes. So that's something to keep in mind.
Oh, okay. So, Stello, as you lead the group, or out in front at least, down the mountains that you're very familiar with, why don't you start off our evening right with making a survival check at advantage?
Okay, I'll just use one of my wild shape forms for it to enter the shape of the dragon. Small description, Stello grows horns and wings, but without anything not full wings, just the bones of it, wing cancellations. So, with advantage...
Oh, excuse me. Alright. No problem. So, you start scattering, running down familiar mountain passes. You've seen these mountains many times before. Oops, I did the wrong thing. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze again. Maybe not. Okay, so you head down the mountains. Couple of days go past. Some places you have to lead your X-Beaks. Some places it's possible to ride. Even though you only have 2 of them. Maybe some of you jump on, jump off when you want to get a rest, but it's tricky. There's new stuff on the sheets. I haven't seen that. I'm sorry. I'm just going to have a quick look.
It looks like a complete new interface update. It looks a bit weird. I guess they've added piety from Theros.
The problem is, even if you put it on off, it's still there.
Maybe slightly.
Yeah, a little bit. We'll have to ignore it until they fix it.
Alright. So, You are traveling quite slowly now, given that you don't have the axe beaks to ride and power you through the snow. But the first few days going down the mountains go relatively uneventfully thanks to, if nothing else, Stello's familiarity with it. If there's anything you guys want to do or discuss, that's fine. Otherwise, we'll just proceed on.
Oh.
Alright, make me another survival check at advantage then, Stello.
Okay. We'll use my wild shape again, so just in case. Oh. Well, okay.
Okay, very natural. Well, very good. Yeah, excellent rolls. So for the next few days, making very slow progress, if nothing else, thanks to, once again, your lack of axe beaks, and you're out in the middle of nowhere now. So the path down the mountains go relatively uneventfully, thanks to Stello's familiarity with the area, growing up around here. But now you're starting where you don't really know your way around, Stello. So you guys were planning to bear straight west to East Haven?
I think so. I think we might follow the rivers. Frozen rivers. Which would be...
Yeah, that would be my suggestion. I mean, it's a windy path, but we can't get lost.
Well, is it easier to travel across a river? Because it's just ice and maybe not as deep snow? Or is it the same?
Well, not across, just along it. Just following it. We don't actually have to walk on the ice.
Yeah, true.
And the river
Just-
is frozen in places, but there's still a flow to it.
Yeah,
So
okay.
think of like almost like icebergs floating along the river. It's frozen over, but there's still definitely movement there. So you guys following the river?
I mean, that was one option.
How much longer would it be to follow the river? Approximately.
That's not a question for the DM. That's something you guys will have to decide. I can't tell you the answer to that.
I would stick to the river, but we don't have to do a way around it. We can take straighter paths at some time.
We could keep the river within eyesight and keep it to the right of us.
Maybe,
Perhaps.
yeah, that's a good idea.
If you guys think that's the wisest decision, then that's fine.
I mean, I prefer the easier way, even if it takes us a bit longer.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so I'm going to draw in. So you're looking to cut corners on the river, right? Not necessarily follow it, religiously. So something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
18 miles.
Okay. So, first day of travel, now that you're outside of Stello's home backyard. Let's go through it in order. Stello, roll me a d8.
Okay.
1. Okay. Roll me a d20. And roll me another d20, Stella. Interesting. So, you start heading away from the Cave of the Berserkers, getting down as normal. But then the weather starts, and one of these dreadful blizzards starts ripping across. And you hunker down and go to the best you possibly can. Up ahead of you, you see well, what are you doing? The weather's really bad. Are you pressing on? Are you hunkering down? What are you doing?
We should set up a shelter of some kind.
Yeah.
Definitely. Let's see if we can find any. Maybe rocky cavern as we're out of the mountains, I think.
Okay, can someone make me a survival check then, please?
I'll guide him.
Okay.
Or her.
Her would be
Her.
better. Okay, it takes a little bit of searching. The chill of the blizzard's really starting to kick in. But you do find a shelter, and it's pretty good. This is not the first time you've done this thing. But you also notice there is a group of... something here. You see off in the distance, there's a group of 15 or so animals. And they're not moving very much. They're hunkering down, they're getting together. But they're very much taking the full brunt of this blizzard.
Okay, I click grabbed it.
What's that?
What did you ask? Did he go away?
Oh, I'm not sure what happened.
Problems.
Sure. So, yeah, you see this group of 15 or so animals. They're about 100 feet away from you, and they're really hunkering down, really taking the brunt of the storm.
What type of animals?
Making me a perception check at disadvantage because of the blizzard. Perception at disadvantage.
I'll guide myself for this.
Sure. So 15. Yeah, I'll say you can spot them. They appear to be elk. So elk. That's all you can tell at the moment. I'm not sure what type of condition they're in, why they're gathering up so much. To find out more, you'd have to go closer.
Do you want me to try to lead him over here? I'll wild shape into something.
Do we want to have anything to do with them? Or do we maybe just want to hunt one? Or
Well, could kill one of them, but I just die out in the cold with, well, serving no purpose at all.
would they die in the cold if they just stood there?
Make a nature check. Hard to say. It would depend on how healthy they are to start with. So weekend-old elk would definitely die, as probably young ones would as well. But fully grown, healthy adults, maybe not. And with their perception roll, you're not really sure what condition they're in.
Stella, if you think you can get them to come closer, then sure.
Yeah, I'll do my best. So Stella's going to enter form of the dragon and get their attention and try to somehow follow him. Try to communicate some kind of we have shelter or something to the beasts.
So what does Stello look like exactly?
With the form of the dragon, he would grow wings, sort of, and horns, sort of.
So Stello with wings and horns, kind of like taking on a dragon-esque appearance.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to require you to walk through a blizzard towards some animals. Right. Make me a survival check to try and just get over to the animals without getting lost in this blizzard.
If I see Stella moving out, I will follow him.
So 16.
16?
Yeah, with the dragon form.
Oh, with the dragon.
Since it's, wisdom check.
Sure. So I imagine Stax is kind of placing a shoulder on Stello as you head out there. And you look back, you don't see Garrosh, you don't see Theodore way back. But yeah, you see there's an 15 elk, and as you get within about 60 feet, they just look terrible. Skin and bones and not much more. It doesn't take any type of nature check to know that these things are not going to survive the blizzard. You see even now a couple of them, I mean they're huddling together to try and keep as warm as possible, but even a couple of them have already fallen and are lying motionless on the ground. Without intervention, these elk will surely die.
I'll try to get their attention and appear non-threatening, and I'll actually cast, let's see, do I have it? Yes, I have it prepared. Good berry, using 2 spell slots to create 20 or so good berries,
Okay.
and try to just lure them with promise of nourishment.
Okay. Make an animal handling check.
So 16.
16 in the dragon form. Okay.
Yeah, all wisdom and intelligence checks. No, wait. That would be 13. Yeah, I don't have that much in animal handling, so 13. Yeah.
13. Okay.
Yes.
So you approach the good berries out in hand. So you offer a handful of good berries?
Yeah.
You're showing it to one of them, or how are you doing it exactly?
Yeah, I'm showing it to them, holding my hands open, showing the good berries.
Okay, one of the males, it looks like, turns its head and looks down in your hands and see all the berries and approaches. Do you offer it the berries?
Yeah.
Eats all the berries.
Now follow us. We got shelter. You do not understand me, but come with us. And I try to make some sort of come hither gesture.
Okay, I'm just going to make me another animal handling check.
I'll guide myself for this one.
Okay.
Let's see. 16.
Okay. With that, you start heading back in the direction where you hope and Theodore are. Make me a survival check. You can do it at advantage since Stax is with you as well, to try and force your way through this blizzard back to where they are. Oh my goodness.
16.
Oh my goodness. Oh, 16?
You've got advantage.
Yeah. Double natural ones.
Oh.
Yeah, well, but it turns
wow.
into 10 if I
Yeah.
below it.
So
Double
the
natural
dice roll is 10?
Yeah, 10 and plus 6 from survival, so 16.
Wow. Way to not get hopelessly lost in a... Wow, that could have been bad with double natural ones. But anyway, okay, so you do find your way back to Stello. So back to Theodore and Garrosh, and you have a herd of 15 animals following you almost hopelessly. Normally that animals would just run. But for some reason they do trust you, Stello. And you now have a herd of, let me say 14 animals now, as one kind of died on the way in a short walk back to camp. So what do you do with
That
these
looks
guys?
like we have an army, guys. Let's see. I'm gonna create more good berries, and this time hand out one to each and every one of them. And well,
Okay.
so that's 14. Used up all my level 10 spell slots, so that's some for us as well.
Okay. How are you sheltering these creatures?
That's a good question. Do we have anything of like we could use as a tarp of sorts?
We could perhaps use part of, perhaps create a tarp. I assume we have a bit of an outcropping.
A bit of an outcropping, yeah, suitable for you guys, but plainly 14 elk are not going to fit in there.
In the meantime, Stalo, can you make a bonfire so they can get warm?
I can try, but this wind is gonna snuff it out.
Yeah, I'm looking at my bag of holding. I have 4 wolf pelts in there. If we can do if we can create a door with it. Oh, are we in a cave or where did we find shelter?
Stax found an outcropping, almost a cave, where you could definitely hunker down this blizzard in there, but not enough room for elk. So a very shallow cave.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I have a new spell. I can hide in there and give this outcome. So
Bring up rope trick for me, so you can see the details.
yeah, I hope it works because of the new spell sheet. Okay, it is also a little.
Yeah, so duration
Weird.
of 1 hour. You have no idea how long this blizzard's going to last, but it would work for an hour.
I also have the Chewingus charm. I can create, a tiny hut.
Does that have unlimited usage, or is it?
I can use it 3 times, and I already used it once.
Then I say we just first try to make a bit of a bigger shelter with just the tents, the wolf pelts, and with a bit of luck.
We can also use like we did the last time. He can be like a frame for a shelter.
Tent
We can
pole.
just
Okay. So the idea is to construct using tents and various other pelts to create a windbreak, almost for
Yep.
these things, and using snuggles to help do it. And what are you guys doing? Are you going up into the rope?
I mean, after we're done with we could at least spend an hour in it.
Okay.
Hold on, Stalo,
Yes.
could you ask your gods how long this will take? I know you had a spell where you could communicate with them.
Yes, I do not have it prepared on the. So I not at this time. I'm sorry.
No problem, of course. Out of game, is that a ritual or is it a spell?
Ritual, but I need to have it prepared since I'm not a wizard. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, well, we can have an 8-hour shelter or a few 1-hour ones. So,
We could also just first check how big the shelter is going to be that we create with the tents.
yeah, I mean, we're not gonna hunker down until we make a shelter first.
Let's
Okay.
give it a try.
So, with all of you working together, you've got the best survival, so you can do it at advantage and with guidance, because someone's going to ask you anyway.
Depends
So-
how long time has passed since I activated the dragon form.
Yeah, because my survival is higher, but you
Yeah,
have at least a 10.
at least 16. So
But I've got a plus 10, so
that's true. I think we'll just let Stax do it, and we can guide her.
So, Stax,
And
at
that's-
advantage with guidance.
well.
80. So, you get effectively, pull apart the tent to make it flat, get a couple of wolf pelts, use snuggles as a truss almost to keep the thing up. find a few broken logs as well, put the thing together. The elk cotton on to what you were doing. I mean, they still look completely miserable, almost as if they no longer care. But they get behind it as best they can. You notice I'm just kind of slowly shuffling as one on the edge starts getting very, very cold. One moves back into the middle and then moving back around. It's kind of, this is kind of first thing in the morning, like you set out early on in the day, blizzard kicked in, and you saw these elk.
I'll put the wand of Orcus, the fake wand of Orcus, somewhere in there so they have some light.
Okay.
And I have another, it probably won't work, but anything with the Summer Star artifact. What if it could dispel the blizzard?
Didn't we use it up at Black Cabin?
Yeah, but
I
I
believe
wanna...
it's-
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I believe it's completely out of power now.
You
What
are
if I could
correct.
find out how to power it?
It is inert.
Did we find out what powers it? What kind of energy it uses?
That's something to find out, I guess. Hope it's not like souls of people like the poor dwarf up at the Black Cabin.
Maybe it can use the souls of elks. So are you taking her in the rope with the help of the rope trick, or how are we taking shelter?
Well, how does we all be able to fit under it?
We would. I mean, just climb up the rope and you enter like an extra dimensional space where it's basically a lot better environment than down here. And rope up as well to prevent anyone else from climbing it.
That's nifty.
Yeah. But I was mostly asking about the shelter that we just created. Does that fit everyone? Or...
You could, but this rocky outcropping would provide better shelter than the one you've constructed for the elk.
Well, I'd be fine just staying out here. The cold isn't too problematic, and it's only gonna last for 1 hour, your spell, and most of these storms have lasted for at least 3 or 4 hours.
If this thing turns even worse, we would have to... Well, then we would have an hour of respite.
So, Stax, you just want to stay outcrop or with the elk?
With the elk.
Okay.
Also, just to keep a bit of an eye out into the storm.
Sure. Garrosh?
I stay out as well. I have cold resistance and I'm comfortable even in triple cold, so I'm
Okay.
fine.
Stella?
Same for me. I can keep an eye out as well on the elks and
Theodore?
see how it works out for Theodore in this little dimension.
Well, I'm not resistant to cold, and maybe I could take, if all of you are staying outside, I can take the hour in the extra dimensional space to try and get the Summer Star artifact to work again. Maybe I can try a few things, see if it reacts. And it'll
Don't
be
blow
safe for
yourself
you
up.
as well in case something blows up. Yes.
Okay, so all but Theodore hunker down in and around the elk. They're almost providing a bit of a windbreak themselves, while Theodore scampers up a rope and disappears, and I assume pull the rope off after him. While you're up there, what would you
I'll leave the rope down because at the moment the only people who can go up it are my fellas.
Okay. So make me an Arcana check while you're up there, Theodore.
Can I guide myself?
You can.
Oh, I roll a little extra. Ew, better.
You spend your time looking around at it. Yeah, natural 3 makes no sense. But the full hour goes by. You feel that if you don't get out of this, I don't know what happens.
I just get ejected out of it.
Okay.
The last line of the spell description says anything inside the extra-dimensional space drops out when the spell ends.
Okay.
So even if I blew myself up, the remains would fall out afterwards.
Something to be thankful for. Okay, so let's say you scamper down just before, and then poof, the rope trick disappears. The storm does not look like it's abated at all.
So, are you still okay? Here in the cold?
Yes,
I assume.
it's
Go ahead.
it's kind of bad.
Are
But,
you at least keeping the bonfire up?
I try. I can try to create a bonfire and see if it.
Can you bring up the
Stays
spell
up.
for me?
Yes. Let's see. Just
It only lasts a minute, but it's a cantrip, so no problem there, I think.
oh, should have. Let's see.
Till the milk.
Let's. How do I change it? I'll just copy paste it.
I have, yeah. Magic bonfire. As well as checking whether it's a bonfire or a magical bonfire. I'm saying that since it's a magical bonfire. Yeah. And it's taking a bit of effort, Stella, but you know, the bonfire goes off, winks out of existence, cast it again, cast it again, cast it again. Is Stella happy to keep on spamming the cantrip?
If it just goes off, it disappears as soon as I cast it. I'm just.
No, it lasts for 1 minute.
Oh
Even
yeah,
if it's
sure.
cold, yeah.
I'll do that. Try to keep it slightly warm.
Yeah, because it says until the spell ends the magic bonfire. So it is a magical bonfire, so I'm going to say it's not going to be snuffed out by these natural things. So keep on spamming it every minute or so. What's Theodore doing when he doesn't have cold resistance?
I will go back up the rope, podcast it again.
Could just huddle between two elks.
I kind of want to continue experimenting with the summer stuff.
Fair enough.
Is rope trick a ritual? Can you cast a ritual?
No.
Okay. Another hour goes by. I'm going to give you one more check, otherwise you're going to exhaust all your ideas today, Theodore. So make me one more Arcana check.
I'll guide myself as well. Again,
Ooh.
I'll use Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, just one.
I find the on switch.
Okay.
The thing was, you all started laughing like, "Whoa, so good!" And I was scrolled up the text and I had no idea why. I had to scroll down to see the natural 20.
To realize that there is a way to fix it after it's spent. It's going to require a lot of work though. It's going to require a laboratory, and it's going to require at least 2 or so weeks worth of work, with various magical incantations would need to be put into it, and some advanced blacksmithing as well. But it is possible. I mean, the Mercedes did create this. If you remember, there were some design flaws that you fixed, lit up again. But whatever lit it up and effectively cast the controlled weather spell is left it. So you could bring it together, require lots of arcana checks, lots of smithing type checks, and a lot of time as well.
Okay, thanks. I put my notes.
Okay, so that goes by. The storm has shown abating. Are you just going to spam rope trick, Theodore? Or you
I'll
can't?
try to I have one more, but
Okay.
I'll try to toughen it out unless it gets too bad, and then I'll cast it again.
With the Alks or in the outcropping that Stax found?
Wherever's warmer, next to the bonfire, probably.
Next to the bonfire or inside the cave would probably be about the same.
Inside with the others.
Okay, so you all hunker down. A third hour passes by. The storm is not going anywhere, it seems. Some of the Alks are really, even with the shelter, you see some of their knees buckling and they're starting to prop themselves up again. Shelter is helping, but it's not perfect.
Can we notice any flaws in the protection? Something we can fix?
No, it's as good as you can make it. There's no real room for improvements. Okay, and as you're waiting and the Alks moving around, you notice one female Alk just stumble and fall, and she's not getting up.
There's not much else we can do for these creatures.
I wish there was something else, but yes.
There's 13 of them left now. A fourth hour goes by. Sorry, Stax, did you want to do something?
Just gonna say to us, those that survive will survive. Well, the rest are just not strong enough.
True. Do the Elks stay huddled together?
They're huddling together.
Okay.
And they're kind of rotating around the fire as well to try and keep it helping. But just a little bit. This is a literal blizzard.
How intelligent do these elks look, by the way? Because rotating by the fire.
Nature check. They don't look so much as intelligent as they do look wise, which is typical for animals. Can't write an essay, but makes jolly sensible decisions at crunch times. But they
nothing
don't
more
look
than-
awakened, if that's what you're fishing for. They just like to move. They don't look awakened in that sense. So the fourth hour goes by. Stello, roll me a d4. Four more elks. They fall to the ground, dead.
Stallo, could we? I know it seems weird, but could we skin the elks and then cover the others with their skins to keep them warm?
I doubt they would. If they knew why we did it, they might accept it. But this animal might just be spooked by, well, the blood and the corpse of their comrades of sorts. Out.
Could do is perhaps put them just on the outer edge. They might stop some wind creeping below the shelters. If we cut them up now, then the others will run.
Here, Johnny, we're the skin of your dead mother.
That'll keep you warm and
So,
Poor little
anyone who likes fried chicken, just remember that you're dipping mom into the remains of their children.
So next time,
there's such a Taiwanese dish, I believe, with egg and chicken that literally is like mother and daughter or something. It's like a really gruesome name.
Slightly morbid.
oh my goodness.
I know.
So you skinning or stacking up dead bodies?
Yeah, I guess.
Much
So
better.
total, we started with 15. So just you take the 6 bodies and do it as best you can.
Could we
fifth
warm up some honey meat and feed it to them? I mean, they'll be warm and they won't care much about freezing.
They won't care much, but they will freeze more easily.
Oh, if you want to try that, you
I mean,
can make
it's
an
an
animal
option.
handling check.
I think with a high wisdom and medicine I would know. Yes, you feel warmer when you drink alcohol, but the matter of fact is that you freeze faster.
I will use my shield to try to build some wall from snow.
Is that true,
not
David?
bad.
Is the player, is that a true thing?
That's a true thing. What happens is when you drink alcohol is that the veins open up, they go wider. That's why you also get that flush in your face. Blood streams to your extremities. Because of that, you feel warm because all the blood is warm and it warms you up. But it also means that you lose heat a lot quicker.
Interesting. But does Stax know that? Make a
I don't know,
nature-
but Stax has a
nature
medicine
check,
of
Stax.
+7.
Oh, actually, medicine would make more sense here. Make a medicine check. Oh, yep. Yeah, Stax knows what David knows. So, given that, are you feeding the animals honey meat?
No.
Okay, but it sounds like you're putting up your shield and doing as best you can.
Can we melt snow and make warm water?
Yeah, but it freezes pretty quickly. I mean, the temperatures out here is like -30, something like that.
Yeah, but we have a bonfire going on. We can at least warm it up a bit.
And then do it, assuming that it works.
You get the elks to drink it to warm them.
Okay, I'm going to say that you managed to get some of the snow, ice, and you have some really warm water. By the time you get it to the elves, it's pretty much frozen. Back to ice again. I mean, you see the people throwing cups of water out into cold weather and just into snow. Obviously, it's a bit different because there's lots of particles and stuff, but it's too cold to feed these things. Okay. But another hour goes by. I'm saying, given the shield, and given that there's less elk so they can get warmer, roll me a D2, Stella. You're down to 8 elk. The storm? You've never seen a storm like this before. The best part of the day is you guys walking around trying to keep these elks, stacking them up. Was it Stello mindlessly spamming the bonfire over and up? When the cold is starting to get you, the effort of keeping these elks alive is exhausting. I'm going to have everybody make me a Constitution saving throw. Everybody except Theodore can have that at advantage. Oh, Theodore, you're in the cave, right?
Yep.
Yeah, everybody at advantage. So survival check at advantage. Sorry, constitution saving throw at advantage. Stello, you're good. Theodore, you're good. Garrosh, 16, you're good. Okay. Random bless there, Garrosh. But, so you hunker down, move these things around. It is exhausting, but you guys are almost getting used to the cold. And I'm going to have you roll me a D2 one last time, Stello. So, of the original, what was it, 15?
Yeah.
15, 7 have died. Finally.
Actually, there were 8 remaining before the roll, so there's 7 left.
Kill another elk, why not? There we go. Okay. Finally, the storm abates and the weather is merely terrible. You have a bunch of dead elks and a bunch of living elks. What do you do?
Well, Stello, let's just feed them more good berries, send them on their way.
Yes. I'm not sure if I could upcast Goodberry. It doesn't.
Yes,
Is that possible? It's not a upcast thingy in this sheet, but I guess I could. That's up to you, Malcolm.
Look at the spell.
Doesn't say you can upcast it, but
Nope. So first level spell, 10 berries. Use a second level spell slot, 10 berries.
yeah, okay, I can use the second level slot.
Oh yeah. You can
Oh
use-
yeah, sure.
Yep.
I'll use second level slots and cast great 20 good berries again to feed the elks.
You only need 10, you know?
Oh yeah, that's true. Just one spell slot then.
Yeah.
That's true. Not many elks now.
Would have been useful a while ago. So you feed the elks. Obviously, they've been on a full day's feeding for these guys since it's so much bigger than. Oh, it's just saying it's a creature for one day. These things are creatures. Little chocolate taste to them. That's the upcast from that. And the elk look at each other. Well, they just leave. There's no acknowledgement of thanks. There's no mourning for their dead. Could be partners, children, fathers. They just start wandering off again. Don't even give you as much as a sidelong glance, since you literally saved half of their herd.
To be expected.
Yeah, Stella, can you close up the exit again?
Yes, sure,
It's-
sure.
It's time to harvest the remains.
Indeed.
We have lots of capacity in the bag of holding, have the honey meat.
And nonetheless, I think we did something good. It wouldn't behoove the wildlife to suffer in these times. It will be better for the coming summers and spring.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's quickly skin these creatures and get on our way.
Okay, let's just do one survival check for these. Yes, do it at advantage. Yes, do it at guidance, and we'll see how many of these 8 pelt. 28.
Well, not just pelts. There's a lot of meat there. We can put it in the bag of holding.
I don't want to go for all the meat. It's, as much as I hate to let it go to waste, I want to get on the way, and it's going to take a lot of time.
And it's
we-
already the end of the day when the elks leave and the blizzard abates. You've effectively wasted a day in this blizzard.
In that case, I'm going to take half the night to do it as well, to get as much as possible, because I only sleep for 4 hours.
Okay. So I'm going to say you get 6 really good elk pelts and 2 that you do a bit of a hatchet job on. But 6 fine elk pelts.
And how much meat? Or do I need to roll again?
You don't need to roll again. Quick Google search. Most average elk will yield 190. Yeah, I'll just copy this into the chat. Thanks, Google.
Probably
That's a
half
lot
it
of
for
meat.
these. Half it for these creatures.
Yeah. So you
I
can
mean,
get a
I
good
can't-
£100 per elk.
I can only store 200 pounds at the moment. 250 max.
We could create some good supper and breakfast for us with some of it, but we can't take with us.
Well, we could take about 50 pounds each in a backpack, or even more.
True.
Elk meat is venison, correctly?
It's deer.
Yeah.
A deer, sorry. Oh, there's a difference. Okay. Well, what's elk meat then?
Elk meat. Just elk meat.
Okay, down. So I'm adding 250 pounds of elk meat and the pelts. 6 good ones and 2 average ones.
There's a question, I quickly googled it, and someone says, so I know deer and antelope meat is called venison. What is elk meat called? And someone says, I believe all ungulates, two-toed animals, are called venison. So it is venison.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, semantics.
Good
So,
things we learned today.
yes, what not to do in the cold and what to call elk meat. Okay, so with the shelter gone and the whole place blanketed in snow, it'd be quite pretty if it wasn't quite so deadly. You get through the night, stacks, stores up some extra time to get the meat. So how much meat are you taking? I mean, you have like 800 pounds, 700 pounds of meat here.
I guess we took 50 each to carry with us, and that's 200, and we could take some of it in the bag of holding, and some of it we could leave for predators, perhaps.
Okay, there we go. I mean, yeah, there's more than enough for all of that. And you wake up in the morning and you get a delicious feed of elk as a meat. And with that, the weather's still terrible outside, but are you going to progress on? I assume you are.
Yeah.
Should we try and make hunt for snuggles to pull? Maybe put some cargo on it, like we did last time.
It did slow us down a bit. I say haste. Try to get back to East Haven as soon as possible.
Sure, no problem. We have plenty of meat anyway.
How to unprepare and prepare spells with this new sheet. Can't really click the spell slot thingy check mark. So not sure.
Just you can whisper to Malcolm what you prepared.
Oh yeah, just gonna.
Yeah, I trust you. Just take a note of it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the new sheets for some reason, but that's okay. Okay, so
They'll fix it.
So heading off west, you take a turn towards the north. I'd say the first few days go well, though it is exhausting. Heading off to about there. Let's have, who was next in line? Let's have Theodore roll me a d8. And roll me a d20.
God damn it, Theodore.
A d20, Theodore.
How much elk? How much venison can we take?
This time you encounter 19 elks.
It's the cousins of the first, not tribe, but the herd.
By the way, as I wake up, I'm going to use my Cosmic Omen, consulting my star map to see what if it's wheel or woe. Rolling my bone dice on the star map, I get a wheel, I think. Yeah.
When a creature is about to make-
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Nice.
Wheel is even. That's 6 wheel, I guess. Yeah.
So when a
Woe is
creature
odd.
attacks you, action. Oh, cool. Nice. Okay. So it's almost like a little bardic inspiration thing. Okay. Just a bit. Next here.
See, it's the cutting words equivalent.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, that's a bit of thing. So you push on. The day's going well. The weather's relatively good. But up ahead of you, displayed across the tundra, you see a dozen or so tents arranged in like 2 concentric rings, with a larger tent in the middle, and between several campfires burning. And you're far enough away that you can't really make out much detail, but even now the smell of meat is wafting towards you just with the way. You hear barking and howlings of dogs. And I say Stacks in particular peers out and can see several empty sleds are clustered together. And you see...
Can I?
One more thing, sorry. You see figures with thick hides, much like you guys are, holding spears and kind of walking around the camp perimeter, obviously looking for sign of dangers. And you see lots and lots of other figures gathered around fires or moving among the tents. What do you do?
Well, we still have that spyglass. Could I take a bit of a better look and see what type of people they are? Are they just nomadic people? Do they seem like just hunters on the plains like the tribe I come from? Or are they more like a warrior tribe? In my estimate.
Okay, so you pull out the spyglass. So there's a straight perception check. Normally it'd be disadvantage with the weather, so just straight perception. Definitely human. I'm going to say with that, you do see something else. You see a rather large. Oh, sorry, I just got to check. I was expecting. Got a roll. You see a huge cat-like creature. Like this thing is just massive. It's towering over everybody else in and around this camp. But definitely humanoids. And with that perception roll as well, you look at the tents. The tents don't look permanent. This looks very much like a nomadic type of tribe.
Was that cat the same kind of cat elder? A crack cat?
No, it's not a crab.
Okay. Guys, do we wish to approach? We might be able to sell some of the meat and the pelts. Make travel easier. And even get a sled dog just to make our travel faster.
That's a great idea.
They don't appear to be warriors or just hunters and the type of tribe I come from. I don't think they're particularly dangerous.
The ones patrolling the camp do have spears, so...
Yeah, of course, but I expect nothing less. This type of place, everyone is armed.
So you just approach openly?
I suggest that to the party.
Yes, keep your guard up in case these turn out to be like the strange barbarians or of their tribe.
Yes, of course, but these look not berserk, not crazy. But I do keep it in mind. As anything has been taught to us is that you find danger everywhere. with that, I think we approach.
Okay, so as you approach, the people patrolling the camp see you approaching. There's about 6 of them, and you hear some whistles on the wind, and 6 or so kind of come together, following the circumference of the camp, and kind of form a blockade before you approach. And they say, "Come no further. We have no quarrel with you, but we also have no business. Be on your way."
Greetings. You do not trust strangers, but we have elk hides that we'd like to trade if that's possible.
Make a persuasion check, Sticks. The group's Achilles heel. Theodore's not that bad at it now.
Yeah, but I would need to have a conversation with him someday.
Yeah,
I think,
thought I'd take the guidance off, but...
So 16, that's fine. Interesting is Theodore is an expert in it, and he only has a +5. It's going to be some type of record. Let us see this meat first. And speak to the queen if you have sufficient supplies.
300 pounds. I don't think it's best to lay it all out here in the snow.
We
What
could
do you
show
want for
a
it?
piece of it.
Theodore, could you show parts of it?
Of course, I'll take down the backpack and pull out a few. I'm not sure what
Few hunks
the
of
parts of the animal are. Yes, some chunks of meat.
And you would have butchered it up into portions, right? It's not just one big
Yeah.
hunk of meat.
There's more of this where this came from, so we can even remains because we couldn't haul everything.
You're far away from there now. Several days travel.
Yeah, but we can tell them where it is approximately if they want to look for it.
You may approach our camp, but we will require your weapons.
That's not a problem for me.
I'd rather not disarm. If we just wish to trade, then we can trade out here, but I have seen too many dangers out here in the wild to just disarm. I hope you understand.
Make another persuasion check, Stax. Tell you what, sheathe your weapons, put your bows and arrows away, and you may approach.
That sounds reasonable, of course, no problem. And, well, everything's sheeted already, in my case, but...
Okay, follow me. You may talk to the queen. And you place. And sorry, just getting my notes organized. And you see there are, as I said, concentric circles of tents. You look around, there's lots of people going about their business. You do see this massive cat that I referred to earlier. There's no picture.
How massive is it? Large or huge or what size is it?
Large.
Okay.
Horse-sized cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about a sizable horse, but it's massive. It's got huge teeth protruding out the side. One tooth is slightly chipped. It looks in the prime shape. It's just huge. And you approach, and you're taken to the, unless you object, taken through these outer tents. You see there's good 30 or so people around this. Some of them just going about their business. Some of them around bonfires. And you see this lady, and she's the lady who obviously has some type of sway cat, and she's got a rather large bodyguard with her as well, a really strong man. And she says, You may approach. My warrior is telling me you have business with me. What is your business?
We. Oh, sorry, Theodore. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just want to use the persuasion bonus. If
Fair enough.
necessary.
Fair enough.
What is this witchcraft you're talking about? Bonuses? Sorry.
I bow and I say, well met. I'm told you are a queen, and we will show you the respect you deserve. We didn't intend to have business with you, but we just came upon a large amount of venison, and we asked your people if they would like to trade, because I know food is hard to combine.
What is your name, gnome?
Theodore Strom. I had to look it up. I haven't used it so long. Theodore Strom. Yeah, Strom. Your Highness, at your service. And my companions here are Stax, Garrett, point out to each of them, and the big Goliath over there is Stella.
Well, I am Queen Bjornhild Solvig daughter. Pleasure to meet you. Lay out this meat. We can make a deal.
Is there a table where we could put it on?
Sure.
I don't want to put it on the floor.
Yeah, there's a table that would be suitable there.
I'll just start unloading 50 pounds of meat out of a backpack.
Yeah, we put ours on there as well, I think. The 50 pounds with each.
Oh yeah.
We also have pelts if you are interested.
Lay them out.
And I'll put out the 8 elk pelts and the 4 wolf pelts.
And 5 rabbit hides from me.
Sure.
Okay.
And just quickly, I just want to make sure. Garrosh, did you see my whisper?
Well, you usually hear a whisper, not see it.
I didn't.
What does this?
Where is the whisper?
So just give me a second. I just need to do some whispers here.
No problem. In roll 20 or
Roll
Discord?
20. Roll 20. Actually, I'll do it on Discord. It's so much easier in Discord. So, over in Discord.
What does she look like, by the way?
1 second.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Okay, I see the whisper now.
So you know what that means, Garrosh?
Uh,
Oh, sorry. Well, I'll do this in. Sorry, we just have our own little private game on the side here.
No worries.
So you lay out the elk meat, and you lay out the elk hides and the meat, and says, "You look like some of you have been growing up the city. I assume you want gold for this. It's the only thing you city dwellers seem to care about."
I'm not much of a city dweller, but what did you say, Stax and Theodore? We could use transport.
If you have
That would
axe
be
beaks,
much preferred, yes.
or perhaps wolves and sleds for trade.
And you look around, crap load of wolves running around here. There's about 36 wolves. And I said, well, these wolves are necessary to our survival. We never stay in one place for long. Make a persuasion check.
Who?
You?
Nice, Theodore. The talker of
Look
the
at
group.
natural one.
Oh, you've
With a
cursed
plus
it now.
5.
You've cursed it.
Oh,
Woohoo! Crazy.
Without the guidance,
Yeah,
it's
it's a
not a
15.
thing you can guide yourself on.
No. We'll take all the pelts, all the meat, everything you have. In exchange, we'll give you 1 dog sled with 6 dogs.
Garrosh was standing aside up to now, and not, but now he steps forward.
Uh-huh.
And he says, "I have a different reason why I came here. Do you recognize me?"
You look like a half-orc bastard to me. What else is there to say?
I am your son, Bjornhild.
Are you kidding me?
what?
Yes,
What?
you threw me away into the waves of the sea when I was young because you wanted to sacrifice me, but I survived and I came back to challenge you.
She stares, narrows her eyes, and looks at you. You're just some bastard half-orc. Are you kidding me? You all leave now. Leave the meat. Don't take the dogs and go. And just before, I'm going to give you a picture of what happens, where you guys are, and exactly what you see. So it might influence your decision. So just dragging you around on the map here. Stella. So Grosh. Yeah, there was Stella there. So let me show a map of exactly what this place looks like. And to answer your question, what she looks like, she oh, that's weird. There's some really nice art here and they don't show it. No. Right, just 1 second. It's such cool art, and I have to go. But if you go to Discord, this is. Whoops, that's not what she looks like, but that's her name. Sorry, 1 second. This time. That's what she looks like. Her tiger there.
Okay.
Did I drag you onto the map? I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so feel free to reshuffle yourself slightly if you want to. But this is the person who's been talking to her. You see a massive warrior by her side. She's more like this, and this massive tiger in front of her. And as you can see, there's just a crap load of people around here. They're everywhere. Some bigger, some smaller, but there's a good 30 or so people here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I? Yeah.
Well, actually, let's just
Okay.
take a quick break here. I need a bathroom
Right.
break. So while you get ready for this, possibly Garrosh, we'll pick it up in just a few
boy.
minutes. Sound good?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I am back. Is everybody here?
I'm here.
Yep.
Yep.
Karash
Yeah, I'm here.
and Stax.
I'm back as well.
Okay, so,
Yeah, I'm totally challenging her, and if she doesn't want to accept, I'm taunting her. Like,
we'll
as in,
pick it up. She says, "What are you talking about? All I see is a half-orc bastard before me. I think you need guys just to leave your meat, lead your pelts, and just go." And as you see this, the warriors, you see some of them start, hovering around the edge of the camp, closer. They know something's going down. They know their queen is upset. So they're more or less forming a perimeter around you guys.
So, is this how you trade with strangers? You take their goods and have them on their way in this cold?
No,
Not very hospitable of you.
it's not a spit that this creature is my son. Never heard anything so ridiculous. You come here and you insult me. Leave the pelts, leave the meat, and go.
How old are you, Garrosh?
do I remember that?
We can say like you're just do it
16 or-
in human years. So 16? So
Yeah,
a young half-orc?
Yeah, half works age faster, so I
do.
guess 6.
Let's say just entering into adulthood. I know it's your character, Grosh, but would that be fair?
Sorry, what?
I get the impression Garrosh has just entered into adulthood. Would that be a fair
Yeah.
assessment? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I think I'm thinking, what kind of proof do I have? Do I have any kind of proof? Yeah. Welcome. Do I have any kind of proof, actually?
Well, let's have a look. I don't think you do. Let's have a quick look at your backstory. I mean, I don't want to read out the backstory because it's your backstory, but I don't think so.
Could I make an insight check to see if this woman is completely flabbergasted, or if she knows there's a chance it could be true, or knows it to be true?
Okay, sure. Make an insight check. 11. Hard to get to read. You did notice when Garrosh said, you abandoned me as a child, her eyes did narrow a little bit. What that means, you don't know.
Does the tribe have some symbol or something?
Let's have a look. Okay, you don't have any proof per se. You do have a memory of the event that happened. I'll put that in the Discord. So you have that. Let's say you're about that old when it happened, which is old enough to have a memory of it. So that's what you remember.
In the meantime, I would just say, Your Highness, I've known Garrosh for a while. I've never heard him lie. Perhaps we could hear him out, at least. There's no need for hostilities. We came here.
Oh, this means less than nothing here.
Exactly. She will only understand power. Yeah.
A bit half-orc.
Yeah, I don't know what to do now. Like, I can literally do nothing. Damn it.
Queen. Do you...
I am talking to the half-orc. Those who he's effectively challenged his place in the tribe. If what he says it's true, which it is not, tribe, if he could defeat me. But that's not going to happen.
Are
Choose
you
your words
frightened?
carefully, half-orc. no son of mine.
My internet is going down to the.
No!
I just didn't hear anything except last words. So.
She
But,
effectively
yeah.
told Theodore to shut up, and
Yeah, I understand it. Like, I'm claiming something. I'm just an idiot, and basically, I have no way of proving anything. So they'll just slaughter us. Doesn't really work out.
You have come here half-orced, and me as the leader of this tribe. So why don't we sort this out in the traditional way
I was trying to say.
versus you?
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. Unless you can
think she's already
test
attacking.
me in a honorable challenge. How can you call yourself a leader of?
And she launches forward to attack. Roll initiative. The rest of you guys can roll into
Just
initiative.
Garrus, right?
You can roll into initiative if you like, but keep in mind this seems like a very traditional type of battle.
Yeah, I'm not gonna intrude on it. It seems dishonorable.
Stacks.
Stax
Just
has
as it go,
a
as
hand
it
on
happens,
her scimitar, but she's looking Theodore and Stella and like, are
Okay.
we gonna let this happen?
He's got it. If anything goes wrong, we'll step in.
I already backed up away from Garrus.
Hey, we definitely need some battle music for this. This will be interesting. Interesting roll. Interesting outcome from the random wilderness thing. What am I doing? Doing this.
Yeah, this is fight to the death, guys. So don't interfere. You know, just watch.
Do one of these.
Stay
Alright,
back.
Garrosh, so she takes
Yeah.
out a massive, huge battle axe, swings it around a couple of times, and comes and approaches you. Says, come on, bastard!
I take my greatsword and I also get ready with it. I get good foothold and I get ready. And I attack first.
Okay, make your attack. Theodore gets ignored, by the way. It's not interesting roll. So, 20 and a 21. Let's see.
20 and, yeah, 20 and
Yep.
20. I don't have advantage actually.
Yep, so 20 and 20. Yep, both of them hit.
That's it.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
So as you cut down one arm and then cross the other one, and blood starts streaming down her arm. She just kind of flicks off the blood. And as she flicks it off, she's kind of fainting, and she comes back with this massive, huge great axe, and she says, "A real guide my strike!" Whoosh! And she rolls a 20. And 20 hits. Tracy, 17, it does hit.
17, yeah.
And it cuts you right across the chest for 10 slashing. Then it kicks in, and you feel the cold caking around the wound as well. You're taking another 11 points of cold damage.
Resistance 6, right?
5.
So 5, yes, a total of 15 points of damage. As it cuts across your cheek, she's smiling with a great axe. She's a real guide my strikes, boosh! And she swings across, but she completely overcompensates, and her axe digs deep into the ground. She tries to pull it out. She can't quite pull it out yet. And this gives you, for your next attack, it's going to be at an advantage as she tries to get her axe out of the ground.
I also use my reaction to attack again.
Yep. So this one just to be a straight attack. The next one will be advantage. Does hit. 14
Wow.
damage. Okay. So that was your rounds. Can you do that? It's up to your superiority dice.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Okay.
4 times. Yeah.
All right.
I can do some other things, but this is really more useful.
Okay. So that's your reaction. Now next attack's at advantage.
Okay, and I'll get into rage, and I shout at her. You threw me away to Oriel. You love Oriel more than your own son. Attack at her.
You are no son of mine, and yes, I do. Praise be to Oriel.
Great weapon.
Oh, okay.
No, no.
Overcompensated. Crash down next to it, even with advantage. Dodges out the way easily. Rips her axe out of the ground. Now she's fully prepared. But your second one comes and it does
Yeah,
slash
and I
you.
also use action search and do 2 more attacks.
Okay. That hits. One more.
That's my turn.
Oh, okay.
Who?
Okay, she's still looking pretty strong. And she says, "You are no son of mine. You are a treacherous coward. O'Neill is the master that I serve." Swings again with a great axe. Rolls a 26. Digs into you. Oh, it's a terrible roll. For a total of 5 slashing and 11 colds. That's 10 points of damage. With your cold resistance taken into account.
Yeah.
She swings one axe. Ah! Oh, was a 17? You guys think just hits. And this time 7 slashing and 5 cold adjusted. So I've taken into account so total damage with your cold resistance.
Yep.
So I see your blood is tainted, half-orc bastard. Pretty beat up. She's looking okay. Gosh.
Fighting. But as a bonus action, I use second wind.
Okay. So roll for that. Not the best
And
roll, but that's okay.
You attacks.
That hits. And that hits. 18 points of damage. Okay.
She doesn't really have high armor class. Really.
She's only wearing leather hide. These are magically wearing full plate and stuff, so it's gonna be very good. And she kind of drops to one knee, just hacking into the great sword that she wipes it. She coughs up a little blood and she wipes it across her face, smearing across it. And makes her great hack once again. Swings it once, swings it twice, and cutting deep into your flesh. The first one, 20 points of damage. Cold taken into account is 15 slashing and 11 cold. So it'll be a net of 20. Second one, she comes, swings one more time. Oh, wait. Hits again. This time for 12 points of damage net. Give up now, half-orc.
Nope.
Nope.
I'll never give up. I'll rather die as you wanted to die what, those years ago. Then give up. So I fight.
the most inspiring of battle cries, but that's okay.
I mean, since I'm here, I should better do something, you know. It's one of my security dice
Uh-huh.
for the first attack
Okay.
to gain advantage. So if it hits
Okay.
shield, I have to do something.
That.
Not advantage now, but the next. No.
Nope. So this next attack's at advantage?
No,
Oh,
this is without. This is without advantage, though. Yeah.
That's 21.
29.
Gosh. That was unexpected. How do you want to do it?
Don't you get a bonus action attack when you crit?
Oh, that's true. I have something like that, right?
Yeah, but there's already a how do you want to do this?
Yep, your great act. It's not clear. Your great sword attack with a natural master is enough to fool her. She is. How do you want to kill her, Garage?
Oh damn. How do I roleplay? How about kill my own mother?
Or knock her unconscious.
You could do that. It's always the rule on non-lethal attacks do is you can just clear them at any time. So if you don't want to kill her, you can. That's up to you, Garage.
Okay, I don't want to kill her. Yeah, fine. Nah, okay, I don't kill her, but she's already beaten down, and I just hit her at the last moment in her head, and she's like falling down, and she's bested, and I stand above her and I ask, do you admit what you did those years ago?
On the ground there, obviously, barely holding on to consciousness. She gets a big blob of blood out of her mouth and spits it to do its sign and says, "You are so
Well then, we'll end it here and now. Yeah.
And with that, she looks up to you and she falls to the ground.
Okay.
I'd like to immediately check the people of the tribe to see if they accept this or will kill us.
Okay, make an insight check. No idea. As you're saying this, dressed up in very obviously religious type garb, very different to the other ones, comes up to you and says, "What is your name?"
I'm Garrosh.
Garrosh, come with me. And she walks into this tent over here. Do you follow?
Oh yes. I mean, I don't have anything more to do here.
Stax will probably also partially follow, not inside the tent, but just kind of stand guard on the outside.
Okay, she pulls the tent across, so you'd have to do something to enter, but you can listen. These are tents, they're not hard to listen into.
Not really listening in, just mainly keeping an eye out on Garage.
And the shaman says, "Give me your hand, Garrosh."
Okay, here it goes.
And she takes out places it in your palm of your hand and drags it down. It's jolly painful. You take 4 points of damage.
That's half my hit points. Okay.
And then she holds your hand that's bleeding by the wrist, and it starts pulling into a bowl. And then she pushes your hand away, and she starts doing some type of mixing in various things, heating up various things, dropping like sugar and spices and things like in there. And now blue smoke starts pouring out the top of the tent. And what do you do, Garrosh? This seems to be taking a while. Do you just wait?
Can I short rest?
Not gonna take that long.
Oh, okay, then I'm just watching. I'm just really watching, and all kinds of thoughts run through my head. So yeah, just standing and watching that.
Okay. The shaman comes out. You come out too, Garrosh.
Yeah, sure, I follow her.
Okay. The shaman some simple medicine to this, and she comes back with 1 hit point. Rises to her feet, and the shaman says, Brunhild, this orc bears the blood of our tribe of the tiger. What happened? And Brunhild just doesn't say anything and looks forlornly at the ground. What happened?
She threw me to the waves as a sacrifice to Oriel. As a useless sacrifice, as we all can see.
Why are you still here then?
I was saved by Oyanimir Artok. And I look at Stalo. You should hear it. Oyamin Artok, the Goliath, saved me from the waves, and I survived up to now with the singular goal of coming back here, taking revenge upon this treacherous mother of mine.
And the shaman says, "Is this true, Brunhild?" She says nothing. I assume your silence is acceptance. This is indeed your son. Come here, Brunhild. And Brunhild steps towards her, her head bowed, and the shaman takes out the same dagger that they used to cut, and just slashes across the throat. And she grabs her throat as the blood starts spurting out, and she falls to the ground dead. And the shaman says, "We have a new leader. Garrosh is the true heir to the Tiger Clan. Garrosh, what say you?"
I'm pretty beaten up, but I lift my great sword high and I shout, "I'm Garon. I will lead the tribe towards future. Follow me, and to overcome this long winter."
Okay, there's a loud cheering. Obviously respect the results of the combat, and come up and pat you on the back and say, "All hail, Garrosh, leader of the Tiger Clan." And they start cooking up some of the elk, fresh elk, you can't beat it. And a massive feast starts. But as the feast is going, the shaman comes up to you again. And she says, "You understand what this means, do not, Garrosh?
I do.
Whatever life you have had in the past ends here. You are our leader now. We expect you to wander these plains with us, hunt with us, sleep with us,
Yeah, once I sleep off a bit and heal up a bit, I'll be fine. Yeah, I'm here to stay with the tribe. It's my destiny.
It is good to hear. So with that, the beast happens. I imagine Stack, Stello, and Theodore might have some questions at this point.
Indeed.
Well, yes. The fuck?
When we were in Honeymead, I suspected you might want to lead something, but I didn't suspect that this is what you had in mind.
It's my people. I belong here. You must understand.
Of course, I do, more than anything. Having a place to call your home, even if it's a traveling one, is all one can ask for in these times.
I mean, are you traveling with them or are they traveling with you? Because we could use the reinforcements.
Oh, it'll be fun, right? You guys plus the... I don't know how many, 100 people of the tribe.
About 30 odd people here. And you
okay, so
being part of this tribe before, they have no interest in going anywhere near the 10 towns. They're just interested in wandering the plains, hunting, being nomads. They have no interest in anything to do with the 10 towns.
Yeah, that's not the way of life of the tribe. We wander the plains. We live with the nature. I don't think that anyone would willingly follow me anywhere close to 10 towns. I might find a challenger sooner than I would like.
But what about the goal of stopping this endless winter?
I will have to take care about we'll make sure that the tribe survives the winter. But I pet Stack's shoulder and I say, I have my full trust in you that you can do something about it. And if you need anything, you might come around and I'll gladly help you.
You do realize that the best way to take care of your tribe is to stop this winter.
Yeah, but they have to survive first.
Well, they look like they're survivors, but you look like you're not gonna survive this, and I cast Cure Wounds on you.
Oh, thanks, Theodore. You're a friend.
And no worries. Just turn around. I'll give you one on the butt as well. So, what's the plan here now? Are you staying? I mean, you're obviously staying with them. Do we take off on our own now?
Yes, I will stay here. Yeah, you will have to continue without. It's my destiny. I was literally born for this.
It's I'd hate to see you not travel with us anymore, Garrosh. You've been a great friend and shoulder to lean on in these trying times. But well, I admire what you're doing here. You're providing and taking care of your tribe. That is an admirable trait.
I'll make sure they don't make anything stupid under the leadership of my treacherous mother, who knows what would happen once
Indeed.
they
And
Growberry. Yeah.
yes, and these things she said about a reel, I'm gonna lean in a bit closer. You might lead them towards some better thoughts. This kind of fanaticism is everywhere, it seems.
Yes, I think I'll have to find out how exactly the situation is with the shaman and the religion in the tribe, because honestly, I've spent more of my life outside the tribe than here. But I think I don't want to be too close to Oriel. I hate this practice of sacrificing people, and yeah, right.
Definitely.
So,
That's rough. What about, should we be on the lookout for this father of yours?
sure, Malcolm.
Yes, I knew it was coming. You have no idea who your father is. I mean, you know it's obvious because your mother was human, but beyond never met your father.
I cannot tell you much. I don't think, even if you met him, you wouldn't know it's my father. I've never seen him myself.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for any orcs about, and I'll see if anyone resembles you.
Well,
We'll take care of it.
with how orcs are welcomed around here, or anywhere in Faerun, really, I don't think, well, that any orc has a long time spent here. And considering that the tribe travels around the plains, who knows where my mother met my father those years ago.
Well, you could go orc hunting with the tribe. It seems like you're good fighters and all.
I think I'll do. Yeah, we need to make some. We need to make some gains. Get some letters. You know, now I'll have to take care about all of the 30 people, not just myself or you guys. But I have confidence in you. You can take care of yourselves. You've proven true warriors, all of you.
That means a lot coming from you, Garrosh. And it's good to hear you're not dwelling on revenge too much. It's not good for the soul and mind.
I mean, that's solved, you know. Well, that's solved. And what's more, her blood is not on my hands. I did right in our tradition, and the tribe shaman decided.
Well, if this is the choice you make, I can't say I really understand it.
I hope
And
you don't
succeed.
have any hard feelings, Stax. I really enjoyed the time I spent with you, and Stalo and Theodore, Shrabi, and other people who went with us. But now I have to follow my own destiny, and who knows, maybe we meet again. It's not the end of times.
I would hope so.
I would hope so. And may the time come, I hope we can count on your support.
You definitely can.
Well, now that you're tribe leader again, how about the deal? Some pelts and meat for dog sled and car? Dog sled?
And we'll throw in the barrel of honey meat for free.
Then I think I'll let myself get convinced.
Well, half a barrel.
Yeah, like,
As much as there's left.
to be honest, I drank most of the first half anyway.
You definitely did.
We'll trade you the half a barrel of honey meat for that cat.
I'll keep the cat, sorry.
Yeah, I don't really want that cat.
I mean, I don't know how the cat will take it now. It's like, but I guess it's mine now.
Finders keepers.
Oh well, can't have it all.
I mean, Garrosh, you know there's lots of work behind you. I mean, they've accepted you as a leader, but there's still the challenge of gaining their trust. Gaining the trust of Ur, which is what it actually is, and leading this tribe. It's not you have the position now, but can you become the leader that you seemingly destined to become? Which is going to happen outside of the main game, of course. Now, I've created, just as a, we're not saying goodbye to Peter, but we are saying goodbye to Garrosh. You notice over in the hero section, there's a new character too. That's where you can create your new character. Does that sound good, Peter?
Yeah. I've already started creating my new character. Actually, I was thinking about something more charisma oriented, you know.
Oh, why on earth would that be?
Come on. It was so much fun, all those -1s. I rolled pretty good today. I had 2 charisma checks and I actually made them.
Yeah, it's expensive.
So, if you don't mind, I'll stay passive today, and I'll just listen and prepare my character, and I'll send it to Malcolm for next session, so he can prepare.
Did you mention you have a brother, a treacherous brother? Did I understand correctly?
No.
Garrosh.
No.
Or a sister, Garroshina? I don't know. Actually, just while there, let's just talk in the second voice channel, Garrosh, just to touch base quickly. Just to give me an idea. Oh, he's already gone. Okay.
Bye.
Okay, so what do you have in mind, Peter? I should stop calling you Garrosh. Peter, what do you have in mind?
Yeah, doesn't matter. I'll create a character. I'm not decided between like a warlock or
Sure.
so I'll create it and send it to you. I guess I should create a character on 6th level.
Yep, 6th level, absolutely. And of course, Garrosh's backstory has come to an end, of course, and you may or may not see him later on.
As an NPC, right? So.
As an NPC, yeah. So you might bump into him again. Now there are, of course, we can still do an interesting story with you and UB. If you want to create your own secret for your character, that's fine. If you want to roll on the table that Rime of the Frost Maiden has, you can do that as well.
Yeah, okay, I'll see. I think it's in Roll20, so I can use it. So.
Yeah, so your choice. But yeah, Garrosh has been fun, but I'm also equally excited about this new character you come up with.
Yeah, I mean, the fighter was fun, but for role playing, it will be better to get something else, and maybe I'll try some spells and stuff. So.
Sure.
And we really terribly need some charisma. So.
Yes, you do. Okay, let's jump back to the other voice channel. And, okay. Alright, so we're agreed. 20th level wizard.
Yeah. I mean, you use the bow at the most, so it's still the most useful on it.
Yeah, true. But just think about it. Also, Malcolm, quick question. Do I add my dex modifier to the damage roll for the laser pistol? Because it was not just the strength for the damage roll, but I did see it added it in my D&D Beyond character when I added it.
Well, look.
I think it's just 3d6 without the dexterity.
Yeah, that's what I thought before, but with D&D Beyond it does add it, and I quickly looked up the...
Really? Because I have it in D&D Beyond as well, but it just says 3d6 damage.
Mine
adds your dex 0.
The hit does provide the plus proficiency bonus. The damage is just 3d6 for me. I'm not sure.
When I added it, it adds a +3 with my dex bonus, so... Well, it's up to Malcolm anyway.
Yeah.
Finding through D&D Beyond.
Did the gnome xenomorph or that creature?
Not against you.
No, but does it use it as a weapon in the stats of their character? Because then you can see if it adds the dex to it, the damage.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Let's have a look. This. Yes, it does. So yes, add your dexterity bonus onto your laser pistol.
Ooh. That does make it a bit better.
Well, my dex bonus is 0, so maybe that's why I have +0.
Does make sense.
Yep.
Okay. So what do you guys wish to do?
Garrosh, since we'll be parting ways, just remember your sword was only magical as long as you were traveling with me. Don't count on it staying magical.
I know.
In case you meet a ghost or something.
I'll scare it with my terrible charisma. Anyway. Thank you for everything, Pierre.
You as well. You are a great meat shield. The best.
It's the nicest thing anyone ever told to me.
Well, let's up it one. You're a pretty damn good dragon slayer.
Oh yeah, that happened kinda when I don't really remember it, so
Well,
While you were
trust me,
unconscious a lot.
you might have gotten a bit of a brain damage. Take care.
I get hit in the head a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, might start wearing a helmet.
Yeah, you really need one.
Maybe that's a good idea. It never occurred to me.
But let's at least stay the night and have some more drinks. We can move on in the morning.
Thank you. It would be like welcome here to stay.
Garrosh, I have lots of your stuff, at least most of your money in the bag of holding. Do you want it? I mean, according to your tribe, you're not very interested in money, but you're feel free to have it, to keep it.
I've never been one for lots of money. I still have like 300 gold on my person, so it's fine. You can keep the rest. Use it for something useful.
I mean, you know what we'll use it for? We promised to bring some supplies to Kaer Koenig and Kaer Dunoel.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's a good
we
idea.
can spend it for that. Since we're going there, finally. The first time after we
Yeah, you do that, guys.
got through Cauldron. Okay, good. I guess we feast tonight and leave in the morning, or I'm not sure what the tribe's wishes are regarding us.
Oh, yeah, well, it's up to Garrosh if you want to stay the night. Garrosh says so when you stay the night.
Yes,
And before you ask, what's up to Garrosh? You can give them sled dogs and those type of things if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah, I think it's fair. They wanted a sled of dogs for the meat and whatever else they brought. I don't know. And yeah, they are friends of the tribe now, official friends of the tribe. If I had a piece of paper, I would like to sign a certificate, something official. President of the tribe of the Tiger hereby declares Staloth, Theodore, and Stax and Shrabi official friends of the tribe.
Snuggle.
And Snuggles. Yeah.
Some neat hangers on.
I'll look at Stalo and Stax and say, there's a lot of people here. Maybe they need to slay more than we do. We can just get another one in East Haven.
I mean, we don't have just one. We have lots of them.
You have 6.
Yeah, but there's more than 30 people and a whole camp to transport.
Yes.
Yep. Correct.
I think we could carry on and get myself an axe speak at East Haven.
Exactly.
We could also perhaps have one or two people leave it at East Haven and then they get it back. It will probably save us a few days of traveling time.
Indeed, could ferry us to East Haven. That would be useful in speeding up.
In the tradition of the nomad, though, come morning they're going to pack up their tents and move again. Where do they move to? Don't know.
Yeah.
Depends where the hunting's best.
And Garrus, you know where the rest of the meat is. You can go there first.
Not a bad idea, actually. That's not so far. Yeah, maybe you'll go around. That's like free meat.
And it's preserved in this cold, so...
Awesome. It's like
Alright.
it's like delivering on your election promises already the night after election. I mean, it's unheard of.
Garrosh, for your very final roll in this campaign, roll me a d6. Do you want a 5 or a 6?
You get your breath weapon back.
So eventually, you know, we don't need to do it now, but eventually your traveling companions leave. And as your first order of business, you promise the massive amounts of elk meat. You pack up your camp, you head off west, and the elk meat is gone. It is not there. First thing as a leader turned out to be a dismal failure. Fresh meat is not going to last long with lots of hungry predators wandering around. There was a chance, but no.
Use your bardic inspiration. You won't need it anymore.
Not on a d6.
Okay. You know it will be like natural one.
No.
Not
Regardless of these random dice you're rolling, you don't find the meat. That's you got unlucky.
Exactly. Twice.
You did find 7 elks, though, alive ones.
Oh, and that's where the
Ah,
hunting
they're-
starts for this tribe.
Well, it's already happening off the screen, so you guys are going elsewhere.
Okay, so we're taking the dog sled or not?
I think we're good without it, since we're just getting an axe speak, so... should just leave the sled with the tribe who can make use of it the best, I think.
I mean, just one wouldn't help you either. You would need more of them to faster.
Well, we have 2 axe beaks and 1 dog sled. Well, okay.
That's
If you guys want to take it slow, just think that, well, time is always of the essence with us at least.
I can use Wild Shape to turn into a reindeer for faster travel with you, so that's possible.
Well, that's a good option.
Well, let's
You-
visualize that. So you have 2 axe-picks. We don't need to worry about Garrosh anymore. Garrosh is off being the leader that he was destined to become. And Stella, you're wild shaping into a deer?
A reindeer.
A reindeer. So
Reindeer.
you're off here. We don't need to worry about Garrett. And I'm going to leave Keegan and Boy on there just as a constant reminder. Okay. So Stax, I assume you're on the other axe peak.
Yep.
So I'll put you up there. And what, Shrubby's riding on Stella?
Yeah, why not?
How big is Snuggles?
Medium size.
Medium.
But just twigs.
I was able to ride it because I'm small.
Ah, yeah, there we go. So you, the small, and the Snuggles. I think you have faster transport now. So you're good. Okay. So with Garrosh and the tribe, the Tiger tribe, a distant sight in your rear view mirror, effectively. You get on your axe beaks, see Stello transform into a a reindeer, and you're off into the distance. And for the first time, the icebreakers have lost someone. Maybe not in a bad way, but in a way. So unless you guys have something you want to talk about or do, we shall carry on our travels across this ice tundra.
I'll miss the big guy.
Yeah. Well, doesn't change our goal. We still have to. Well, we don't have to. We want to, I guess. End this winter. Help the people here.
Definitely.
It would have been easier if he was by our side, but let's just hope everything goes well and we meet again someday in the sunlight.
Let's hope so. Now, let's ride fast.
Okay, so now you're making much better with the X-Specs. You doubled your movement speed effectively. And still hugging close to the river. I'm going to say that over the course of the day, the winds are quite nice. You see creatures coming from far away and you manage to avoid it. And over the course of several days, you make the long, arduous trek and finally arrive back in the town of East Haven. What would you like to do?
Theodore, as a craftsman yourself, could you perhaps find a leather worker to craft some armor out of these hides?
I mean, I can use leather working tools if you want. But yeah, you can hire someone. Sure.
It'll probably takes a few weeks or days at least. So,
Oh, yeah. If you need something larger, then it's probably best if we find someone.
yeah, it was talking about the armor to make out of the white dragon hide.
Yes. But I think this is a better question for Stalo. He's been around 10 towns longer than we were.
Not so much in East Haven. I don't really know many of the smiths and leather workers here, but I suppose it's a larger town. Should be some kind of craftsman around here.
I just think that you are actually capable of finding the best ones, too, because you actually know these things. I don't know much about it, so.
Sure. And we've already made some friends in this town. We can just go ask who they would trust with this task.
Yes, that sounds right.
And if you go that, I think I'm just gonna have a look around to see if any strange rumors have popped up, any magical items. Just give it a bit of a wonder.
Sure. Ask about the Duragar. I heard we heard that they got rid of the ones that were that took over the ferry that was locked in ice, but maybe they've seen some others since then.
I'll check on it.
Shall
Okay.
we meet at the inn, the White Lady Inn, later?
Yeah, I'll probably spend quite a lot of time there anyway. Most people talk when they're drunk.
Indeed. See you there at dusk, if not earlier.
Definitely.
Okay, so what are you up to, Stax? You can speak to the speaker. You can actually meet the speaker.
First off, just townfolk. Just some listening in, just some talking to some people, maybe just ask some questions for strange stories. And eventually I'm not going to head to the speaker. Probably maybe tomorrow with the three of us.
Okay, you find out two things talking to people. One, some Durga with found in the East Haven Ferry. Now, if you remember, the East Haven Ferry was the ferry that used to go up the river here, up the lake, and service Lake Caer Donegal and Caer Connig. This is one of the reasons why people are not particularly happy at the Caers, because they've been cut off. East Haven hasn't made alternate arrangements. Because the ferry's been frozen in ice. On the ferry was discovered 3 Duergar, and they talk about the speaker getting some information out of them that was quite concerning. The second thing that's really lots talked about is in the last, say, 2 nights ago, the town hall was robbed, and a fairly substantial stash of Chardalin was taken. For some reason they had Chardalin down there. The townsfolk are saying they don't really know why, but some other Duergar, not the ones that were captured, but some other Duergar came and took that stash of Chardalin. That's what you discover.
And oh yeah, if I can, I'm gonna do some window shopping with detect magic on and see if I can spot anything magical for sale.
Roll me a d20, Stacks.
My computer board is being strange, so I'm just gonna do an athletics check.
Sure. So 14. You wander around towns, shops, and nothing pinks as magical, unfortunately.
Okay, well, that's my my day.
What is Garrosh? Sorry, too soon. I almost asked what Garrosh does this day. Far too soon. What does Theodore do?
First of all, get warm at the inn. We've been in the cold too long, and his short legs just don't get him out of the fresh snow entirely. And I guess he'll listen to some rumors. He's gonna rent a room and just take everything out of the bag of holding and just do inventory, see what he can do with all the little trinkets and keepsakes that we gathered along the way. And he's basically taking an afternoon off for personal stuff. Nothing special around town for now.
Okay. So it does feel good. You guys have been in the wilderness for a long time. Things are rather jovial in the White Lady Inn. Actually, even a bard playing some music. And at this point, I'd like to introduce Garrosh's new character, the town bard. Garrosh, go!
Roll performance to see if we're happy about it.
Oh, no.
I'm kidding. This is not the new Garrosh. And here the same type of things. The big talk of the town is, 1, there was a raid on the town hall to get rid of Chardalin, and 2, the Duergar that was found here. Now, if you remember back far enough, you guys learned about the dwarves were here. You recruited the guards, and you effectively left it for them. So they dealt with it seems. But that's pretty much what you hear. And, yep, check out your bag of holding as much as you like. Rearrange it. And Theodore.
Yes.
Hello?
Sorry, Stella.
Theodore was doing inventory. So
Sorry,
yeah.
you're right. Yeah, Stella, my apologies. Stella.
No worries. I guess I'm just going to look around town, heeding the advice of Stacks, and see if we can find master craftsmen who can work with dragonhide. I wouldn't necessarily ask that to random passerbys, but just ask if there's a master leather worker in town, or if they know of one.
Okay, bro. No master leatherworkers here that you can find, unfortunately. And this is not so much of an investigation look around, it's just purely luck whether there's one around or not. What you do know, though, is you're more than likely to find something like that in Brinchander.
Okay.
But eventually you all go about your business and meet up again at the White Lady Inn. What do you do?
No luck in my part, it seems. No master craftsman in this town. Gotta go to Brinchander for that, I think.
Oh well, can't always be in luck. Either. I did hear some strange rumors. I believe the town hall was robbed of some Chardolin. It's always the damn Chardolin that they want.
Strange.
So I think we should have a talk with the speaker in the morning, if we can, or perhaps even tonight, if we can. It does worry me, all this talk about the Duragar.
Yes, I hope someone can point us in the direction of their hideout. I thought of something. You remember we tried to scry on this, what was his name? Gar Tukar Sundorn, or no, something with an X, some Dwargar name. And well, we failed, but we could. Sardaruk Sunblight it was, yes.
Yes, that's right.
Try to scry on him again when we're in Lonely Witch. If no one else has any good advice on where they would be.
I did remember that it was fairly hard because you've never seen him. The chances were small, weren't they?
Yes. But I think they... Did you... No, that was what... maybe they know something from the... Maybe they took some prisoners of the Dwargar or something.
I believe they did. I believe they also talked to them, and that's why the speaker is in a bit of a... well, not say panic modus, but it's really worried. We could just... What time is it, Malcolm?
It's towards the end of the day, and you spent your whole day doing a task, so it's the end of the day. By the way, if someone drops 100 gold pieces, you can buy 2 X-Peaks. It's up to you.
Just one, I think.
Just one, yeah.
But I'll buy myself another X-Peak.
I will assume Garrosh 2.0 has been travelling around enough that he will have his own X-Peak as well.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that's at 6th level. It's like
Yeah, 6th level, yeah.
Or that we should meet him in a town.
By the way, Stalo, I can take the funds out of the party funds. If you wish.
Yeah, sure.
So it was 100 per XP?
No, 50. 50. I
50,
assume you're buying
okay.
2, but yeah, 50 gold pieces per X-Peak.
Okay.
You've got so much gold. No way to spend it. So sad. Shall we just go try to speak to the speaker? Perhaps he's still willing to talk business. It's not too late. Well, it's a bit late, but... Well.
We
Sure.
should.
I mean,
Yeah.
we have no other plans.
Okay. So the town's...
To the town hall. Sorry, never mind.
Okay. So you
What was
head over-
this? The speaker... Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, so I don't think you've actually met the speaker. But you approach the down hall, there's the usual receptionist there, a young halfling lass, and she says, "Hello, how can I help you?"
We would like to speak to the speaker. We were the ones who gave word about Duragar in the first place, and we heard that new trouble has arisen with them. We have some knowledge about the Chardolin and would like to talk to him about it.
Hey, you're Stax, right?
Yes, that is my name.
And you're Stello and Theodore.
That's me.
And you've all
At
been
your
making
service.
quite a name for yourself around East Haven and the 10 towns. Quite frankly, people were starting to think you were dead. You'd been missing for so long. But nice to have you back. I'm sure a lot of people will be happy to hear. Where's the half-orc?
He had business elsewhere. Different calling in life.
Don't mind to question why. And she ushers you into a waiting room. And she says, "Sir, I'm sure Speaker Daneth Whalen will be more than happy to talk to you." Takes you to a waiting area. And not long after that, Speaker Daneth Whalen comes down. He is a human. And another person comes with him as well. You assume the captain of the guard. But introduce. Oh, welcome, friends. I am Speaker Daneth Whalen. This is the captain of my guard, Captain Indra Algarath. You guys have been making quite a name of yourself around the 10 towns. The rumors I hear, even if they're only half true, speaks to just how it's a powerful you've become, courageous, saved many a problem in the town. So you're welcome here in East Haven. What can I help you with?
Well, it's more what can we help you with, because we have been here only for a day and we already heard about a break-in and talk about Chardolin and Durgar. We would like to know more about it, if that's okay. We've heard similar stories and we're growing worried.
Well, I too am growing worried. I mean, my priority here is to keep the people of East Haven safe, which I've done for the most part. But yes, this growing presence in the brazen attitude of these Durgar. They don't seem to care. But they didn't actually, in fact, break into the town hall. We lost several guards. And we did have some Chardolin. It wasn't much. You could comfortably fit it in your cupped hands. Just a few shards, but they seemed to think it was important enough to break in. And we followed up on your tip, and with this, the Captain Inja, kicks over and says, "Yes, we did follow up your tip. I took several of my guards Haven Fury, and we did find some Durg. And we did come across some information, and the information is not good. One of the people we caught was someone called Dearth Sunblight. Unfortunately, he's gone too, so he is dead. But we did manage to extract several things out of him under magical influence. His father, Zaradork Sunblight, is definitely up to something. He in fact has a fortress hidden in the mountains. And fortunately, we did find it on the map. And he brings out a map and he highlights the place. So we're just calling it Sunblight for now. Up in the mountains. You guys on the right map? You are?
Yeah, you can see
You guys
it.
can see it?
You must have almost passed by it. By accident.
Yeah, so a fortress hidden in the mountain, and we found a map buried there from Dearth, his sons. The other thing we need to Erdoc's fortress has a forge powered by still the beating heart of a red dragon. Now, this is perhaps where all the mysteries start together. In this forge, Zaradoric is crafting a dragon made. See if you can guess. What is Zaradok making a dragon of?
Shardolin.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And you guessed right. What do you think he's going to do with this dragon made of Shardolin?
Start some shit in the towns, I suppose.
Is he a bard?
Plot twist. The player is now a bad guy.
Your player is now a dragon.
Now the timeline that Dirth gave us is we maybe have a 10-day before this dragon is unleashed. There is another son, Nildar, who commands a secret outpost to the northeast side of Calvin's Cairn. So that is what he's learned. There's a fortress in the mountain. He's making a Childland dragon. There's 10 days before it's unleashed. Of course, we don't know if Dirth is making stuff up or not. But we suspect it's approximately true. He was under the magical influence. So, the news is grim. And quite frankly, we thought you were all dead. You were gone for so long. I mean, as you no doubt know, you've been making quite a name for yourself around these 10 towns, and not everybody liked you, but people were worried. They were you've been missed. So, I'm sure the people of East Haven, at least, is glad that you're not dead.
Well, we had business with dragons and giants in the mountains. But this is worrisome news. Have you sent any scouting parties to this citadel yet?
Yes, but they did not return. And sorry, the outpost is right here. Oh, sorry, you're talking about the...
No, not the Sunblight for the Nildar's outpost near Calvin's
Okay.
Cairn, is that?
It doesn't have a nice little thing like the other ones, but it's kind of west of Kirkconnell, about here.
Okay.
Where that red crosses. So, it wasn't just this blastest winter. It seems the Duergar are up to something as well. Seemingly making a dragon out of Chardolin. What do you think? We have a 10 days. A 10 day.
How
Well,
long would it take to get to Nildar if the weather is good?
Let me look up my chart they've given me.
with our axe beaks, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And we've already killed one dragon, right? We could
About
another
4.5 Kira Dinnervals. About a full day's travel to get to Kirkconnell. Good 8 hours to get all the way up here.
one day.
So that's probably 2 or 3 days to sunlight. If the weather holds. We should be able to make it, but time is of the essence, and I'm not sure it's gonna be worth it to go to the outpost.
That's true.
And if the time schedule is off by what Durth told us, then that's even more dangerous. I think we should ride out in the morning to sunlight.
I agree. The time is of the essence. And who knows who might spot the Kapanuk on the way, or on the way back.
Yeah, or in the sunlight citadel.
Indeed.
Speaker,
Yes.
as you probably have already guessed from our conversation, we are planning to head there. Is there any aid you can give?
Well, so supplies are hard to come by at this point. If you have anything you want from our armory or our weapons, help yourself. So in other words, anything in the player's handbook, you can have. Within reason, of course.
2,000 longswords. Um,
And yes, Theodore, the forge, he's saying, is inside the Fortress of Sunblight.
Okay. And sorry, I was making notes while you were talking. What is in Nildar, or who is Nildar? I missed that part.
Okay, so Doc, Zaradoric, we've learnt about two sons. One was Dearth. Dearth was the one on the East Haven Ferry, and Dearth is now dead. And Dearth was the one who, under magical influence, revealed all this information. And there is another son called Nildar. And Nildar is the one up here.
And these are Duragar.
Yes, both Duragar, both sons of Zaradoric.
That's what I missed. Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
I have actually thought of something I could use. I'm looking to get some magical component. Could spend some gold trying to, let's see here, need to gild a flower and an acorn or such, a feather. Would be a bit costly, but I could, if there's any smiths or jewelers around who could help me do that, I would be most grateful.
Jewelers and blacksmiths who can help with that, no problem.
Yeah, so out of character, this is trying to find components for Summon Beast and Summon Fae.
Done. Yep, they gather those things for you.
Oh, sweet. No one need to no need to spend any money.
Yeah, it's pushing a little bit, but I'll allow it since you guys are literally well respected now.
No.
And
I could use
seemingly-
some of it, to be fair, but yeah.
You could pay part of it.
Yeah, I can pay partially. I can spend 300, say.
Done.
I'm not sure what else to ask for. Are the other towns already been told this information? Especially Dugan's Hall and Goodmeat, because they are the first in line.
They have been told, and they've been prepared as much as they can. They've got their town guards on alert. Like we here at East Haven can get together, muster about 150 soldiers and another dozen or so people who are, more than capable, who will lead these 100 people. So we have fortunate enough to have 160 odd people at our disposal, but a Chardalyn dragon, I don't know. But you're right, Stax. Dugan's Hole and Goodmead, not nearly as prepared. I worry. While we've been at odds during this time, everybody wanting to survive, it seems maybe the threat of this Chardalyn dragon has brought us together. So I do worry about Dugan's Hole.
Then
But
I
they
suggest
could
that
maybe
you
get 12
perhaps take-
soldiers. Yep.
Then I suggest you take the people from Dugan's Hall and Goodmeat into town, spread them out over Targos, Brinchander, and East Haven for at least the next couple of weeks. I understand it's problematic, but it raises the defense of East Haven and Brinchander, and buildings can be rebuilt, but
Well,
please.
I shall speak to the speakers, see what I can come up with, but that's an excellent idea, Stax.
And tell them the plan comes from us, especially in Goodmeat. That should hold some weight at Dugan's Hall. Sadly less, but well.
We shall see.
And, do you perchance have any healing potions or other potions that could be of use?
Yes. You can have these 3 healing potions that we've had put aside. I hope they come in useful. And he puts 3 stoppered bottles inside there, and the healing potions will do 2d4 plus 4.
I'm afraid they will become useful because, well, there's not gonna be much rest for us.
One each for us then.
Do they have any to sell as well? I mean, thank you for the gift, but maybe we want to stock up on them. Maybe even something stronger.
That's the entirety of what we have here in East Haven.
Okay, of course.
So what are your plans
well-
from here? You're going to make your way to Sunblight as quick as possible?
Well, I think we should leave in the morning, not right now. It's not gonna do us much good. But I do think that is for the best.
And well, how do you plan to get there? I assume you'll head to Dugan's Hole, then south from there?
Well, probably just straight south from here. The distance through the wilderness is not much farther, I think.
Okay.
Or could I make an intelligence or survival check to see which one would be faster?
Quicker going south, more dangerous going south.
Yeah. Then I suggest we just go south.
Yeah.
Do you perhaps have 3 axe beaks for us? That way we can switch them, go faster, and if any one of them gets killed, we have backup. I know they are not cheap, we're willing to pay.
There's one more axe beak you could take.
Okay.
There you go. I'll put the other axe beak on the main page. But seems all I can offer now is good luck. I pray that Durth was telling us the truth and there is a 10-day gap. But we shall see.
One last thing, and this is a bit off point to be honest, but on our travels last few days we killed a white dragon and we were looking for a master leatherworker and hoping to find one in Bryn Shander.
Uh-huh.
I feel that we will need that armor as soon as possible. Would you be able to send 1 or 2 of your people to arrange the crafting of such an item? We will of course pay for it, but this way it will save us time.
Well, yes, I can. It seems, though, if you're leaving now, there's no chance of you getting this leather armor before you head to the Sunblight Fortress.
No, of course not, but I do not think this is our last fight. And if it's ended now, at least we have it, or perhaps we have it for the next fight.
Well, I do know the leather worker in Bryn Shander who could do this. I'm guessing he's gonna charge at least 500. At least it's gonna be more than that. Probably a good 1,500 gold pieces for such a master craftsman to work with the leather. Is that within your budget?
I think so.
Guys, I think so too, yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll tell you what we can do. We'll,
That just party funds and your funds that are with me, and we can pull it together. So no worries there.
tell you what I'll do.
And we have a lot of stuff to sell as well.
I'll send my 3 most trusted guards here. I suggest you furnish them with 500 gold pieces. They will take the 500 gold pieces to the leather worker, and he will start it in good faith, and with the understanding that you'll provide the balance upon pickup of the item.
That would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Okay, so take 500 gold pieces off.
What if we go to Bryn Shander before we go south, just to equip ourselves more, maybe more healer, and we can contact the leather worker ourselves?
I believe last time we were there, we already cleaned them out of most potions. And I do not know what else they are willing to,
And
capable of
depends if
giving.
we get picked for the barrel. That can be another distraction.
That only happens once per month.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think it's time yet.
But it adds at least 2 days of travel. At least.
To get
With
to
X-Peaks,
Brinshander
it
from
should
East
be
Haven,
there.
it would take you about 4 hours one way
Oh, only 4 hours.
with the X-Peaks.
Then it's 1 day. Fair.
I mean, it's better to be prepared than to just rush to an unknown enemy who's that's in a fortress with a dragon.
Well, and here the speaker pipes up. Well, they are constructing a dragon. So the question
I understand, but by the time we get there, it might be alive.
is, it might not be alive. They might not have finished construction. This is the conundrum you're placed with. Yes, you can gather supplies at Brinshander, gather allies. Surely it's better to destroy the dragon when it's still in pieces.
I rather gamble on fighting pieces of a dragon with less equipment than a dragon with a few more healing potions.
No, I agree.
As you wish. We can take it.
We got this. I hope. Then let us rest for now. And
So long rest, easy enough to do. Yep.
I just wanted to, since I am now equipped with a short bow, I wanted to still making arrows, or should I buy some?
Arrows, actually.
Yeah, for you were making them for stacks, so if you're still making them, I'll take some as well.
I believe you could make about 20 each short or long rest.
Okay, I'll add. I have 19, but I'll add like 21 extras just to have 2 stacks.
Because, to be fair, I usually just add about 20 arrows every short or long rest if need be. Up to my full quiver.
Okay.
But we can also just buy 1,000 arrows and put them in the back of holding.
Yeah. And use them as fuel for a fire when we camp.
Yeah. Just, yeah.
So Stella, you're going to start summoning face spirits?
Perhaps might, since I have the components now.
Okay, and I'll make you a face spirit token at some point with all the appropriate stats on it.
Little Tringa, perhaps.
A little what? Sorry? Oh, Chingua. Sure. We can make it look like
Tringa. A little, yeah. And I got Summon Beast as well. Probably just some celestial. What animal to pick? Elk. I mean, it has its own stat block, but yeah.
Cool. Okay. So morning comes. You're well rested. You have things in place. What do you do?
I guess it's time to head off.
I think we ride fast, early in the morning. Have a quick lunch, but
As usual, I enchant Stax's bow, and this time I enchant mine as well.
Okay. So they are +1s. Okay.
Actually, we don't have a tank now, right?
I can get pretty tanky if I just get in melee, perhaps. But yeah.
I can also be sort of tanky. I can scimitar, shield, AC 19.
Okay, mine's 18 with the shield, so I'm not that bad in front either. and with Shield of Fate or something similar. But I usually use Bless. So.
But to be fair, if we're going indoors into a citadel, I might just appreciate the spell. Appreciate the magic more on my ladder than my bow. Then again, a Shardolin dragon. No, keep it on my longbow. I need it for the dragon, I think.
Before the morning before we go, just let me know which enchantment, your armor or your weapon.
I'll think about it.
Okay. So riding on south.
Yeah, quick pace.
So pushing the X speaks, you can get a good 8 miles to about there. Everything going well. Garrosh, let's have you make a roll even though you're not there. Roll us a d8, Garrosh.
Oh.
Doom your party.
All right.
Going for a TPK here, buddy.
I mean, why don't we all make new characters, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still so glad that Stack survived, so I'm not gonna make a new one.
The day goes without incident. Now, I'm in a bit of a tricky position because we're about to move on to a fairly significant part of the adventure, and I'm sure Peter would be like to be a part of it. So, I kind of feel like I need to stop here to give Peter time to create his character and get it ready for the next session, because next session is quite pivotal to the story. How do you guys feel about that? I know it's a bit earlier than I normally do, but I'm kind of
of course
fickle here.
Yeah, no problem.
That's okay. I understand.
Cool. So during the week, Garrosh, or Peter, we can talk back and forth and get your character finalized. And then we'll, just as a spoiler, we'll have you meet up at some point before the Sunblight Fortress. I mean, it's a bit of a giveaway the one they've done the map. Obviously, it says Sunblight Chapter 3, right? It's a next part. I wish they hadn't put Chapter 3 there, but they did. But that's fine. So if you can work on your character this week, Garrosh, and we'll have you guys then meet up at some point and then go to Sunblight, where you may or may not come across a childhood dragon. Sound good, Peter?
Yep.
Okay. So, I guess I'll see you guys next week. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah.
I really didn't know how that encounter was going to go with the tribe. There was actually a significant chance that Garrosh would have died.
I know, right? I just did a critical. Like, if I didn't do it, I wouldn't survive.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're natural. No, like remember the natural 20 saved Stacks? The natural 20 might have saved Garrosh.
Mm-hmm.
So, interesting how the dice works out.
Well, we probably would have healing worded Garrosh, and then all hell would have broken loose.
Yeah, that could have it. Yeah, bringing back the defeated warrior, and there were literally 30 people there. Most of the people around the camp had 11 hit points and weren't that dangerous, but the cat was dangerous. There was if you remember, there was a person guarding her. He's quite dangerous. Such as D&D. Okay. And rather fortunately, the people who make Sirenscape have just released the sound pack for Chapter 3. So,
Oh,
Wow.
so that's good timing as well. But, farewell, Garrosh. Look forward to Garrosh 2.0, whatever that looks like. And take care, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
See you next
Bye-bye.
week.
that's fun, Michael.
Have
Bye.
fun.